for Invoker. Because Dazzle actually counters TA.
Hey, we saw it at TI.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Bait out the RP, live through the coil, and then eventually turn things around, get on top of the TA.
Feels like such a hard ass though, especially when you leave Moon behind Stinger. Just starts purging him up. Moon has no real support nearby. They're now arriving over on the river, but it also bought time for Chris Luck to get his own rotation in. And with the stuns, they just got to hold Moon in position. Great tornado, creates some more space, and the Axe Call. No ability to get the instant nuke, but Chris Luck, oh, the Chronosphere, Eternal Envy. Braul's going to barely survive. No, the poison from Stinger is going to reach him up the hill, the same place Whisper joins himself over to, back under Shrine. The Pandas feeling a little bit safer. Hunger Up wants to deny himself to the Black Dragons. Moon will not allow him to reach his target.
Bottom, they got Brile.
Oh, that's a big pickup. Especially if it's coming on Whisper. Just accelerate these item progressions. Has to commit the Dream Call. And there's your Grave. You can be careful of the timing of the TP. Moon's going to arrive as well. Here is Stinger. And Brawl still wants to keep running out this one. The banishment is there. So he won't be able to just run away from the physical damage. But it's still at this point, that one trade-off, can Stinger get away from both Snaking as well as Moon? Running to the side, AUI is nearby. He can help out if he needs to. And there it is. There's the slow. Pulling back in again.
Yep.
But it's still a call for a support. Jumping in, a 10-second BKB is ready for this Templar assassin. He wants to fight. The Puck Orb's getting information. Now the call, they find their targets. Give me the Templar assassin. Envy goes in for the Chronosphere. He got the SD as well as the TA, but the curse in the backlines. Puck being kept out of this as well. Stinger will end up going down, but now Chris gets the BKB off. Envy has to jump himself away. So the SD does fall. What else is left? A Dream Call from Whisper. That'll do it. Null Strike jumping forward. Faces Void protected for the moment by the Cold Embrace. And Moon meander while that BKB is down. He gets the call. They're locking down Chris Luck. He needs to get himself further away while Dazzle will end up falling down. The bigger kill is there with Chris going down to the Culling Blade. And Eternal Envy, he wants more. Looking for the time locks. Moon will hold him in a better way by calling down the Magnus. So Skullfield is gone and K1 is on the run. Reincarnation is available. Does anyone bring detection? He's just out of range of that sentry ward. Now he's back in range and gonna start fighting up, turning to battle, but that won't really work. Moon will just get the call and the Culling Blade, no, hang on, wait for it. Here comes Whisper with the orb through. Have they got enough damage? Wyvern dropping down very low. AI trying to play the tree lines, but Whisper actually picking up Brile and they keep going through, but Moon turning the fight around, working with Eternal Envy to bring down K1 through the Ankh.
What a big mistake by Schofield. He walked into that chrono, as you'll see right here. He's thinking about RP. He's got a 3-man right there and just walked straight into it. The TA, he gets the BKB off, but he's already out of mana, and now this entire duration is just squandered. We have more fighting, so hang on. Back to live action.
Yes, Stinger trapped in the tree lines. Snakey's very happy he picked up that Spirit Vessel before the fight. He actually keeps getting a couple of charges here and there, but now Dream Coil is out, and you start to beg the question, is Moon's life worth 780 gold worth the death of Stinger? Bottom lane's arriving at the tier 3 tower. They're still being pressured on the side lanes.
They're hunting them like wolves
They got
right
a
now.
smoke up, blink away, into the trees.
Look at the pincer. All these Beast Coast players.
Wow, they still get the curse off. They need to be able to bring down Chris Luck. BKB is available. The call's going to begin. Whisper is nearby, but it won't help. Chris Luck even burned the BKB and died instantly after. That's a long death timer. And maybe now K1 needs to do some work in the back lines. Create some space. Another great call, taking away the save. So SD will die up on the hill while the Dream Call holds the rest of the Pandas in position. A jump in Eternal Envy, the Chronosphere. He'll catch his own teammates out as well, but it won't matter as long as he can find the kill. Brile is low, but he's being protected by the low sword. Orb will fly forward. Whisper will finish him off, and they move to the next target. Over towards Snaking's Invoker. Not enough damage. 66, and he is away. K1 has to fight without that anchor available. He cannot battle into Eternal Envy. The Cold Embrace just making it impossible for physical damage to come his way, and now the Magnus will be cleaned up as well. The fight has continued. As always, a buyback from the Pandas, but now they can move in and take Roshan without contest. It's everything Snaking.
Now they're in trouble. These are the heroes you want to go for if you're Beast Coast. They smell blood.
Yep. TA's just out of Roshan as well, so you're splitting everything. All the focus is changing. So there's the Dream Call as well as the Dagon. Almost, and there it is.
Oh
popping AUI down. Snaking being trapped up. The buyback will come in quickly. He can TP over towards the Shrine. TA is still doing Roshan while all this is going on. Magnus trying to get that RP up, but he just can't get it down. And the jump forward, it still feels like there's a smoke here as Chris Luck is the Aegis Immortal. Raging just wants to get the hell out of here. Snaking is down once again, and maybe now with the invis, K1 can walk it off. Chris has now arrived to the fight. Bryle, he has to stay invis. The glimmer is gonna wear off. There's your call. They have to control the chronosphere. It didn't catch K1, but it will be able to at least break that. It's Immortal, the Templar assassin. Time dealing everybody up. The Shallow Grave, a quick push away. AUI, he's gonna be able to survive through all of this, and K1 will finally be brought down, but don't worry, there's more lives where that came from. He'll have to turn around to attack his teammate, only because of the curse out. Moon, uncertain if he really wants to be here. The BB up for Chris Luck.
Rune spawned.
And they're getting the hell out, so yeah, back over to the 35-minute runes and we'll re-enter the status quo.
It's so painful because you feel like BEASTCOAST, they're making all these crazy plays, the grave saves, the embraces. How much longer can they keep extending the action?
It just feels so crazy. Like you take a minute and a half of that fight BEASTCOAST without your Templar assassin, but now you'll give it a bigger shot. Shadow Demon was the first one the Pandas want to go on to, but now they want to get out there. Whisper, he just hunts AUI into the corner with no buyback available. Moon and Envy still thinking about fighting, jumping in after Scoffelt. They have the stun from K1 to create the space. Eternal Envy time walk comes back off cooldown, so he can jump himself away, but Whisper still hanging on. His Dagon's also coming back off cooldown, as well as the Veil, so the pop damage is available. Dazzle is nearby. Chris with the Mail Strike. Bryle, he has to self-grave, but Whisper, he's ready to go for his own jump into the back lines. Orbing forward. Snaking is gone with the TA traps. Bryle will tick out anyway. In fact, he just crit him down from K1. And they are not done yet. Moon's up on the hill. Support needs to arrive here from Snaking. A Deafening Blast trying to create space for Axe. One charges will not allow him to survive. These Dagons just coming thick and fast.
That could just be game. That's the one fight. BEASTCOAST have been waiting 37 minutes it took, but all of a sudden...
You got Axe and Void who can buy back. Axe just committed his. And here comes Moon, in for the blink call. There's a lot of units around him with the Sunstrike. Having enough damage to get through that Templar assassin with his low sword protecting him. Chris Luck needs some distance, and there's Envy. He goes for the jump. They'll actually bring down the Templar assassin. The ranks are still intact, so they may be able to defend. Well, that's a loud shout into the ear of Moon Meander, killing him off. As Faceless Void still needs that time to wait out the dream coil of Whisper. Wraith King wants to finish the job. Now TA commits the buyback available. They want to try and get him through this mid-ranks. Finish the job now. Axe has no buyback available. The curse is out. K1 has no other choice. Start beating to his teammate, but Stinger, the Chronosphere from Envy, he'll catch 3, but who's he hitting? Which one's a real one? He had no idea. Whisper will finally come back out, and there's a big whiff of a time. K1 trying to finish the job, still has reincarnation available. It does not matter. Oh, Chris Luck, he just jumps in! AUI, this time it's not gonna be the Luck. Chris, on low life, retreats himself out. They've taken the ranks and continue to keep the man advantage in favor of BEASTCOAST as they move towards the bottom lane. Chrono is still on cooldown for over 100 seconds. How do you defend this, Pandas?
That's just too much damage, Toby.
Whisper's gonna jump again. You just watch him in the tree lines. K1's just baiting for information. He just wants somebody to come a little bit further forward.
Don't tell me they're just gonna start hitting the throne? Is that the play?
Yep, that's the play. Here's your jump. Go for the instant kill. Eternal Envy, Shallow Grave up. Nice for Bryle, but then the blink skewer, pulling Void further away with a false on Envy. He's at least able to get the time walk up. He moved for Stinger. So moving from death to, well, death, it still results in the same fact. As SD's able to defensively disrupt and get away to safety. With no buyback on the Faceless Void, at least trying to look for that Sunstrike pickoff over on Stinger. It will not be able to connect. Tier 4 towers are falling, and the hopes of Pandas kind of fall with it, unless there's something huge. Yeah, able to get the call, but once again Stinger with his blink dagger. He stays back. Now Moon looking for the call, at least able to catch out 1K1. He's still got the reincarnation. RP, control out over on the Invoker. Another great Shallow Grave as Whisper into the back lines. Gets the instant Dagon kill on the Moon. They'll get the follow-up into Snaking. GG, well played. BEASTCOAST will take game 1 in this series.
With Spell Amp, that Dagon is 1,037 damage. That is a Laguna Blade on a 15-second cooldown.
An unfavored matchup. The fissure blocks is what I'm gonna look for mid. I think he's gonna get abused.
Palms on you.
It's that point where it's like, you know, there's no real good word to describe it.
That's Beast Coast Dota in a nutshell, though, right? They play with confidence, bravado.
Oh, Chris Luck in mid. Fissure trying to get him underneath the tier 1 tower, and support is arriving from Stinger. They're able to get the totem stomp. Chris Luck gonna get the bottle charges right, but he just can't do it. Brail's got too much damage, and now Stinger's in trouble, trying to get some kind of rebuttal into snaking, but that won't work. Brail will end up getting himself a double kill onto the tier 1 tower. Let's go. Snaking, getting caught out. Raise 1 won't be enough, and the Fissure creates more space. They have to keep the chain stuns going, and Stinger, well, he's already found that kill. Brail, refraction charges again. They came back up, but K1's not leaving this fight just yet. Chris can get stunned up by AUI, Spirit Stomp, and now he comes in with a plus 120 damage. It's huge from the ET. And he'll turn it over towards Stinger, the TA trap. Trying to create some space. Stinger got to time it well with Roshan, and he's able to do so.
Man, now he's playing like a beast, though, man. He's been up to 5 kills so far. He's just rocking forward to that 2-point Spirit. This is where, you know, it's a hero that's always been popular in NA. Bottom, the A blast.
Yeah, Connecto over on Eternal Envy. Trying to morph him. Yep, hold him in position.
Toss back.
Toss him back to Whisper.
Toss back?
Yeah, he does. He's got him. But he only threw him over towards Stinger, but it won't matter. The cold feet, Skullfeld's getting the body block off, snaking up the hill. Now AUI plus 120 damage into Stinger. He has to disarm him and try and run away from the high move speed. Juking around the tree lines. And they go to the slow with the avalanche. Stinger, stay in the trees. AUI has to run away now. He's got an urn on him. Can someone get in range with that chilling touch? Oh no, he missed uphill. They see him though. The Bloodseeker was buffed up through all of this. Yes, it's also moving up, but oh boy. AUI getting a little bit of luck to go his way.
Yep.
He's trying to hang around in mid on low life, so Brail can now go over towards Chris Luck. So they get the initial stun off with the TA trap, but coming underneath the tower. Stinger's going to be nearby, doesn't have a level 6 just yet, but yeah, up on the top lane, underneath the tower. Moon will trade his life for K1, but they keep going after Stinger, juking around inside the tree lines. Chris Luck starts winding up the ultimate, that's not going to help you. AUI winds up the stun, but the avalanche cancelling that, while Brail, he will go. No! The TP cancel from Skullfeld. It was so close. He'll come back under the tower. The Whisper is here. The Ice Blast will get the chill. Refraction charges help save him a little bit, but you got the Urn doing his tick work, and there it is. Shattering Brail, giving more over to Whisper, his first kill of the game.
Disengagement. Really like the aggression here from fighting Pandas. They know what their game state is. They've got the ET Morph Shaker. You just need to get this even as light as you can, and that's when you start to take over. Oh, high aggression at all times.
Stinger actually ended up giving that double damage rune over to Snaking. He was trying to control it, so Chris Luck was able to bottle it, but it won't happen. Now Snaking, Stinger has no other choice but to face him, just get that disarm off, but Chris Luck, has he got the damage? No, he doesn't. AUI with the perfect stun. Holds him out, now gonna go in for the splitter, and we'll see just how much damage you've got under the tower. Your Scepter, it's there from Chris Luck, just pushing the ES up and towards the air, as AUI forces the issue.
Boy is a beast right now, however, Kecker in the way. Will he make it?
Rupture's out. Doesn't look up like great for him. He has to move away from the Blood Ride.
Distance up in the air as moving?
No, it's only horizontal.
Only horizontal? I wish that was the case. You could just throw someone. I mean, I guess that does make sense, though. It's only when walking, and technically you're being tossed.
Brail's being attacked now by Tiny. The Avalanche really great at getting rid of all those refraction charges, and then you can hit with the Ice Blast. Brail, he'll still end up shattering. Feels like it's worth it. Stinger couldn't get there in time to get the false promise off, but K1 moves over. But hilariously enough, the people who were low are now dead, so all those buffs disappear from the Bloodseeker. So they have very good information on the movement of Moon, who will now BT to bottom lane. Trying to wrap around the back of Whisper, but Tiny is here. Triggers the Invis rune, has the Blink Dagger available. Here comes Moon, jumping in. He'll go for the lasso, but Avalanche toss, and then they just instantly Ice Blast him down, but Snaking will make the opportunity work. Getting the stun in, so Eternal Envy can finish the job onto Stinger. Skullfeld, again, trying to make his break for the tree lines, and here comes K1. Rupture them up, toss them up and down the air. Actually, it looked like the vertical did work. Snaking, he'll end up getting picked off. Another quick jump in from the Tiny. That SF wrapping around the back. Your Scepter. He could wind up, and instead he's going to do it with the raise. Just missing the long-range raise, but he'll turn around and then get the rest of him once he finally wakes up from his... As AUI is cold feeded up. In fact, the SF doesn't have to do anything. Just pushing forward. Envy, toss back, and there's no mana for a wave formation. He's got 7 stick charges available. Trying to wait out the right time for it with a Spirit Vessel on him. He just couldn't do anything more. And now we're back into a Blood Right fight. Trying to give that space for Skullfeld to back up further. As Stinger continues to give the Tiny more life. So once again, he's just able to toss back another.
You can't
piece players.
You cannot fight this as the Pandas. Like, they're getting way too confident here. Bryle is not in the game. He is farming. He's got a Dazzle first. He can't go at fight until he's got a BKB. You gotta let him work. You gotta buy more time.
On the Bloodseeker's on the wrong side of the map though. He won't be here for the fight. Then Fortification just delays the push from Beast Coast.
You say that, but this is a Bloodseeker. You can get there real quick if something breaks out.
Yeah, and there it goes. Fissure already up. Is Tiny being isolated over on the side. Avalanche over on 3. Hits the sun, then tosses away the Templar Assassin. Lasso is still out as Stinger. He actually false promises himself. So there's no other save on that front. Skullfeld will end up getting picked off as Stinger will have to take all the damage from the rest of FP. Here's your Ice Blast. Snakey's not going to feel too good about this one. You have a Blink Requiem with Arcane ready from Chris Luck, but Moon slows him down, and they just need to keep that control going. Defensive Fuels dodges both the Stomp as well as the Waveform, and then the Blink away from the Splitter. Envy's on the Echo! Snaking hits the back line! Chris Luck is put down, the K1, he's ready to fight. He's ruptured up the Elder Titan, stuck inside the Blood Ride. Envy is still low, so is Bryle. They try and push him away. The Aegis in the hand of Bryle, but Skullfeld ready to take it. The BKB has to be burnt. Ice Blast flying forward once again as Moomy enters into the backlines, killing off Whisper. Got the sticky napalms up, and now the target, it just changes. Moon, how much life can you keep up? K1 has to battle away from the Firefly. He doesn't want to keep chasing the Batrider that way. The Tiny wants the rest type. Avalanche to get rid of refraction charges, and here he comes again. 700 movement speed Bloodseeker. The train is really out of the station. In fact, just toss him because he's not moving fast enough as it is. Attack into the Batrider. They need to kill him off quickly. The lasso is only just coming back off cooldown as the buyback will arrive. They fight underneath their tier 1 towers. Tiny's in too deep, but Batrider, he got the Bloodseeker, pulling him back in. He's the big target. If they can kill off K1, this will all be worth it for FP, but here comes Skullfeld once again with the Avalanche toss, taking Envy out of the night by throwing him back over towards the illusions. But K1 needs more help. Chris will be here. He goes with the Yule Scepter. If you can play the Fog of War, only 19 souls. The Requiem won't be that impressive. But Whisper Chris returning back to fight. Chris on the run. The Rupture's up one, and the Templar Assassin cannot move. If she does, she dies, but no other choice when she gets tossed back by Skullfeld. Chris will end up going down as Moon. Now he's Spirit Vesseled up as K1 goes from AUI over towards Moon. Both will go down. FP forcing the issue down the mid. The Ags is up. He'll look for the jump in. Beast Coast are attacking him. Without the Templar Assassin and the Batrider, this does not feel like a fight you really want to try and take, but they're smoked up, so they are looking for it. Fissure over on K1. Here comes your jump in. This one's Eternal Envy. Oracle needs to get that false promise off, able to do so over on the Bloodseeker, while Tiny goes after AUI into the backline. Ice Blast is coming in. Envy, he's going to get chilled up by this. Not what he wanted to have happen, but well, yeah, no damage from it, but still having that chilled effect. He's going to stay up as TA and Elder Titan going after the Tiny. So Envy and Skullfeld being traded off. One has buyback. That's going to be Skullfeld committing it already. Trying to keep the rest of FP low so the Bloodseeker can continue to fight.
Incredible late game here. You remove healing. Like, how is that fair? They're gonna smoke. They've got the Ags ready. Envy's shaked up and ready to rock and roll.
Templar Assassin can blink inside of refraction, so I think it's fair enough to remove healing. K1, there's your jump in, and they're going in for the back line straight away. Here comes your Ice Blast. It's gonna be a little bit shorter, is it? No, Moon killed off pretty quickly from this one. It's still a 1-for-1 trade, but Bryle lost so much life to get it, and Chris Luck, he's jumped around. It's now finally the time to let her rip with the Requiem. It will be, but only onto the PK belt Bryle. Not a lot of damage to come from this one. The SF will get nuked down with the Maelstrike, while Envy trying to get back into this fight once again, bouncing forward, keeping the control on the Ancient Apparition, but the promise is there thanks to the buyback coming in from the Oracle, allowing Skullfeld now get a great avalanche done, and they'll end up knocking up both AUI as well as Bryle. Whisper will still die for the cause as Envy and Snaking, the two ESs, get themselves away. 1 point.
Something like that. SF there. Chris Luck, he's got to be cautious. You can never go mano-a-mano with this Templar Assassin based on the items he's got. Blink, Yules, BKB. What's missing? Any sort of armor. He's got 14. TA Meld Strike plus Deso, that's 15. Rather, with the talent, it's 12 plus 7. So he's in the negatives, taking more than pure damage from right clicks.
Here we go again. The Echo Slam out from Snaking. Connecting nicely, Skullfeld's trying to keep him in place so K1 can arrive. The Rupture is over on the Earthshaker. Difficult to run away now, but that's why they stand their ground. BKB K1, he's just able to find that kill. Move towards the second, over towards Moon, and Skullfeld in once again with the Avalanche. They can just go from 1 to 2 kills, and Eternal Envy, he wanted to try and fight. There ain't no ditching. We leave no man behind. Instead, we'll kill the entire company for the rescue mission. A1. Can they get it again? Skullfeld, blink 1 second. There it is. He's waiting his time out, but just didn't wait long enough. Eternal Envy waveforms away, but Chris Luck, here's your Ice Blast. Yulsep the sets up for him. They know he doesn't have waveform available. No life, even a Spirit Vessel. They're just layering it all on top. The EG's put some more space, but this just allows Chris Luck to turn around under BKB. Keep the fight going. Now, even with the tier 2 tower up, okay, a buyback comes from ET, and BEASTCOAST like, hey, maybe we should do what FP isn't doing. We're gonna back up.
This is the wrong team to try this against, Toby. You're BKBs now on BEASTCOAST. That's the key. And they just need to get a Rupture off, a stun here and there. Somebody's going to go down.
Here we go. Moonme end up caught on the wrong side of the tracks. If he just tries to create space, but into the backline, Skullfeld. A huge 3-man avalanche. They've already killed the Batrider, and he wants to stay with him. Ice Blast is coming in to this choke retreat. Elder Titan will be caught by this one. Wind and ding. Envy deleted. AUI will join him as well. 3 heroes who do not have buyback. Almost a minute for a lot of them, and well, Skullfeld guesses wrong. Firefly's wearing off in 5 seconds time, so with the Ice Blast, the timing could be really good against Roshan, but where is it? Here it comes, but it's already too late. They've got the Aegis Immortal. Skullfeld jumps in. Aegis Immortal does get into the hands of Eternal Envy, but he's also Ice Blasted up, and with the tree toss, yep, he'll end up shattering.
And in the pit,
Templar Assassin never left. Bryle is still here. Well, K1's going to try and solo up against AUI, able to do so thanks to the Rupture. A quick blink away from Bryle, but Skullfeld stays with him. The BKB timing was nothing now. Thrown away out of the blood right. Another 2 heroes go down, and well, that was meant to create space, but the Aegis gets burned and they lose 2 other heroes.
Spells off, it's landing a kill because they just have so much damn damage behind it. You've killed the Aegis, you didn't deal with the cheese, but you're still so damn strong. You've got an E-Blade now on Chris Luck, the Oracle's still with that Ghost Scepter, you have a Ghost Scepter on the AA, they recognize, look, you can't kill my Bloodseeker Tiny. Oh,
Blink, E-Blade, wind up and release, Moon Meander, there goes that gem, and Envy jumped himself into this as well, silenced up the Ice Blast, flying forward, he gets the chill effect and the blast into AUI. Envy wants to waveform himself away, but he can't regenerate, so K1 is partly buffed, 708 movement speed, no, almost 800, snaking so low on life, and it feels like FP just have nothing left in the tank. Bryle his BKB's back off cooldown, but K1, there goes the cheese consumption, the only thing that keeps Bryle alive against this charging Bloodseeker. And now we go again, Skullfeld, an avalanche toss, get back over here, Moon, you can Echo Slam now, the SF will end up going down, he'll buy back and TP back into this fight already. Eternal Envy is surrounded on all sides by BEASTCOAST, he'll try and pounce himself away, here comes your Ice Blast again, right on Envy's face!
Back to Shaker!
Man, this guy, he's just got frosticles all over him. Bryle is trapped in the tree line. Mercy, mercy, mercy. AUI will go up too, and the second he hits the deck, he'll also fall. That is good game, well played. BEASTCOAST will 2-0 the Menagerie team.
What beasts, man. Beasts from BEASTCOAST. They have so much swagger when they play Dota. It's unbelievable. And look, they're still calm.